Today, we're talking about something that is, quite honestly, a superpower: mastering your emotions. Now, this isn't about becoming a robot or ignoring how you feel, not at all. It's about understanding your feelings so that you are the one calling the shots. You're the one directing your own life.
So let's just start with a really simple, honest question. And I want you to really think about this for a second. Do you ever feel like your emotions are in the driver's seat? One moment of anger, a sudden wave of anxiety, and boom, your whole day is just completely derailed. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are in exactly the right place.
The emotional roller coaster. We've all been on it, right? And let's be real, it can be absolutely exhausting. So in this first part, we're going to talk about how to get off that ride for good. How to go from being totally overwhelmed by your feelings to feeling calm and in control of your own responses. Just look at this contrast here. It's so clear. On the left, that's the overwhelmed state. You're reactive, stressed out, and you feel pretty powerless, like things are just happening to you. But on the right, that's where we want to be. In control. You're responsive, not reactive, you're calm, you feel empowered. Our whole goal here is to shift from the left side of this screen to the right.
So, the big question is, how do we actually make that shift? Well, it all starts with this huge change in your mindset. We have to stop treating our emotions like they're the enemy, like something we have to fight or suppress. Instead, we're going to start seeing them as allies, as messengers we need to understand. It's all about decoding what they're trying to tell us.
And here is the single most important idea in this entire explainer. An emotion is just a signal from your body. Think of it like a notification on your phone. It's just data. It is not a directive. That feeling of anger or sadness, it's simply a signal pointing you towards something that needs your attention. It is not a command telling you what to do next.
Which brings us to this fundamental truth. You just can't manage what you don't understand. I mean, trying to ignore or push down an emotion is like hitting the snooze button on a fire alarm. Sure, you might silence the noise for a minute, but you're not actually dealing with the fire. Understanding comes first.
Okay, let's get practical. Enough with the theory, right? I'm going to walk you through a super simple but incredibly powerful 3-step method you can use to process literally any emotion that comes your way. This is where we turn these ideas into real, concrete action.
And here it is. It's just 3 simple steps: identify, acknowledge, and choose. That's it. This little sequence can take a totally overwhelming emotional storm and turn it into a manageable step-by-step process. So let's break down each one.
First up, identify. There's a great saying: you have to name it to tame it. You've got to get specific. Ask yourself, am I really angry? Or is it actually frustration because my project isn't working? Am I sad? Or am I disappointed because an expectation wasn't met? And get this, there's actually neuroscience that shows just putting a label on an emotion can help calm down your brain's alarm center. How cool is that? It's such a powerful first step.
Okay, step 2, acknowledge. This is all about just allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling without judging yourself for it. You just let it be there. You say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling really frustrated right now, and that's okay. You stop fighting it. And here's the crazy paradox. The moment you stop wrestling with a feeling is the exact moment it starts to lose its grip on you.
And that brings us to the final and honestly the most empowering step of all: choose. After you've identified the feeling and you've acknowledged it, you get to ask yourself this incredible question. You've gotten the data from the emotion, so now what? The conscious thinking you gets to decide on the next move. This is where you take your power back.
All right, so that's the method. But what does this actually look like in the real world, when things get messy? Let's walk through a super common, stressful situation and see how this framework transforms a knee-jerk automatic reaction into a thoughtful, mastered response.
Okay, picture this. You're at work and you get some unexpected, tough feedback. The automatic reaction? Most of us get defensive, right? Or we blame someone else, or we just completely shut down. But let's apply the mastered response. First, you identify. Wow, okay, I feel really defensive and kind of hurt right now. Then you acknowledge. It's normal to feel this way. It's okay. And then you choose. Instead of lashing out, I'm going to ask for some specific examples so I can actually understand and learn from this. See the difference? One path leads to conflict, the other one leads to growth.
So let's wrap this all up. If there is one thing you take away from this, please let it be this. Emotional mastery is not some gift that you're either born with or you're not. It is a skill.
And just like any other skill, whether it's learning an instrument or a sport, it gets stronger and easier the more you practice. You can absolutely become the director of your own life, not just an actor reading lines written by your feelings.
There is this amazing quote that just perfectly captures everything we've talked about. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Think about it. The stimulus is the thing that happens. The critical feedback, the car cutting you off in traffic, the response is what you do about it. And that little gap in between, that's the pause. That's where the magic happens.
And that space, that tiny moment of pause before you react, that is where your freedom lives. The three-step method we just went through, identify, acknowledge, choose, that's the key that unlocks that space. It helps you widen that gap, giving you back the power to choose. So I'll leave you with this final thought to reflect on. You now have a framework to access that power, the power to choose how you respond, and ultimately, the power to direct your own life. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?